What's going on, guys? Skoks, Chicago Blackhawks Central here. Gonna do a mock draft tonight here on Thursday. Just a bit of an update, right? After this trade that went down with the Islanders. So we obviously move up from 20 to 18, 54 to 50th overall, and we give up our 61st pick, I believe. But I did go over it the other day, the official details on that. But we're gonna run through some a mock draft here and check out some more simulations, a few other mock drafts, just to see the range of players that are going to be um, around 18, around 50. Just checking out our options. So awesome to keep an eye on that. And let me roll this intro really quick here. Yeah, so we are doing mock draft 2.0 today. The first one, 1.0, was with Max last week, right? So we went over a lot of the big options, but that was before the trade with the New York Islanders. So let's run through some more mock drafts today. A few Hawks tidbits before we get into that, though. Martin Misiak, right? Uh, Hawks prospect, second round pick. He signed his ELC, 3 year ELC, right? 878 100,000 333, so 878 333 salary cap hit. Not too worried about that right now, but cool to see GMKD get Misiak inked right on his ELC. So that's awesome to see for Marty. Get him in the books right early on. And yeah, Zach Sanford, he gets extended with the Hawks here. Not a full contract, right? With the NHL team, but a 1 year, 2-way contract, set 700K ish, right? For Rockford and the Hawks. So, barring injuries, right? Hope we don't have to see him this season, right? Just a bit of a backup. Definitely don't want to see him in just as a backup. Would love to see some quality depth this year, right? Some more competitive players in the lineup. Just raising the bar a bit here for this year. All right, let's take a look at. Oh, before the mock draft, Hawks tickets against the St. Louis Blues. Those Winter Classic tickets are on sale June 14th at 10 a.m. Central Time. So keep an eye on that. June 14th, 10 a.m. is Central Time. Uh, if anyone's looking to go to that Winter Classic, let me know there in the comments. That's awesome. Would love to get my hands on some tickets there. Wasn't able to go to any of the other ones that we had back in the day, right? I believe we had three, and that Stadium Series, just awesome stuff at Wrigley Field. So, would love to get in on that. That's awesome stuff. But let's take a look at the mock draft for today. Let's use the same site that we were using before FC hockey, their mock draft. Let me pull up a bigger view of it. There we go. Awesome stuff here. Let's take a look at the Hawks. Let me refresh it, see if they fixed the site just recently. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. I guess not. So I guess they didn't update the trade, which I don't love. But let's check if it. I guess not. So let's go with Demidov today. I did say last mock draft that I do like Demidov over Levshinov at this point. Um, Although Max and I both agreed, we think the Hawks are probably leaning towards Levshinov, and I'm totally fine with that. Right, wherever GMKD wants to go on that pick, I'm totally cool with. But yes, I would like a forward at two, and that talent is definitely something that um, if Levshinov, right? I think he's going to be a great player, right? If we take him at two, but say Demidov is just that type of talent in the NHL. I think we would probably regret that if we don't see the success, right? Uh, with Levshinov. Yeah, what's up, Riz man? Yeah, I am a fan of Demidov at two, but totally fine with Levshinov at that spot. Also, if anyone has any uh, votes on that, whoever you're hoping to see at two, I'm totally fine with any pick there. Because KD has done very well so far, right? So let's go with Ivan here, Mr. Ivan. I think there's a player, right? Ivan, drafted a few years ago. Okay, so NHLEntryDraft.com, the mock draft simulator. They still have the Hawks at 18, which I don't love to see because we did make the trade, but we were at 18, or we are, right? So let's take a look here at the 18th overall pick. Sacha Boisvert, University of North Dakota. He is committed to this year. What was the team he was playing for last year? Was it OHL? I think it was. But awesome to see. Yeah, man. What's up, Luke? I don't know how you don't take them up with a roster with this many holes who have to take the high star potential. I don't know even if Levshinov has the highest star potential of the defenseman. I mean, a very, very good option with Levshinov, and like I said earlier, I think we would all be fine with that pick at number two, right? Um, awesome analysis and breakdown from Max last episode on the mock draft. Just my thoughts on him as a prospect. Do I do I see the potential to be that top pair player, right? For the Hawks, possibly, right, or just a defenseman in the NHL. I do think he has that potential, the the talent overall, just being that second best player in the draft, I don't think I see the second best player. Just straight up talent, right? Skating, shooting, defense, offense, everything, right? Intangibles. I don't know if I see all of that with him as the second best player in the draft. Um, I think Demidov takes the cake for me, at least at number two overall. The talent is unbelievable. Of course, we hate the Red Wings here, but he does remind me of a Pavel Datsuk, or a young Patty Kane. Just the way he controls the puck, the way he skates in the ozone. Absolutely love what's going on there with his just feel in the ozone. His shot obviously needs to improve. I don't think his shot is very intimidating, but man, oh man, his dangles, his passing, just his creativity on offense and his motor, getting back through the neutral zone, back in the D zone. His motor is very impressive. Definitely love seeing that. So yeah, big fan of Demidov, but Levshinov, I'm totally cool with, but it better work out, right? I'd rather see Perek over Levshinov personally. Demidov plays like Kaprasov, in my opinion. Yeah, a decent comparison there as well. A very shifty player, right? Very creative in the ozone. Just awesome angles he takes with his skates. Awesome stuff to see. But let's take a look at the mock draft once again. My only argument against that would be it's a very defenseman heavy draft, and if they really want to put Tickle forward at 18, I think they can consider going defenseman too. Yeah, Lucy. Totally understand that as well. But I don't think we should look at it as a sorry about that, a forward at number two, and then defenseman um at 18, right? So it's one each, right? One forward and one defenseman. Maybe we should just look at it as BPA best player available at both spots, but we'll see how that shakes out, right? Taking a look at the mock draft once again, um, 18 Boisvert goes there, and I think we would like that pick for the Hawks as well, because we are at 18 now. So I'm totally fine with that pick. If we pick him there at 18, but let's take a look here. Let's just go with Yurchek, just to fill this spot at 20, and then we'll see what happens with number 50. So we don't. So I believe we do have 34 still, or do we not have 50 or 34? See, that's a little. You know what? Let me switch over really quick here to Tankathon to just see how the players are lined up and the picks. So we still have number 34 overall, and that's awesome to see. Um, Number two, Demidov at 2. I'm cool with that. Michael Haig at 18. I'm also fine with that. Boisvert went at 21. Yeah, from Muskegon, and he's going North Dakota. Yeah, so I would like Boisvert, Haig, Basha, even fell to 22. Very, very interesting player. Let's see what else here. 34th overall, Dominic Badinka. Max did some awesome analysis with him as well, I believe. The first draft analysis episode that we put up, he had a lot of good thoughts on Dominic Badinka. 6'3", right-handed defenseman, 190, 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points in 17 games. Awesome, right? Awesome to see. Born 2005. Let's see here. Yeah, so 34th overall. EJ Emery also there. Boisdoin, Tanner Howe. Very interesting prospects here around this 34th overall pick as well. This is going to be a lot of fun on draft day or the second day of the draft here. Let her know. Dean, right? He went 40th. We took him last mock draft. That's awesome to see. Let's just take a look at the 50th overall pick. Boylard, don't know much about him. Pulkinen, left-handed defenseman. Yeah, so the mid 50s, second half of that top 100, don't have much analysis on those guys right now. But definitely some interesting names. From 18 to 34th overall, even to 50. Lots of talent out there. Awesome to see that. Haig, Boisvert, Basha, awesome to see. Yeah, so awesome to see those names still out there. And I do like the trade up from 20 to 18. I think it just gets us in that range, and I think that's completely fine, right? Just seeing those players there in that range. I think KD made a bit of a weird trade, right? A month out from the draft, but cool to see that he has a lot of names on his list, a lot of prospects that he's really looking into. So awesome to see that he's, taking hold of this draft. The draft starts at 2 with the Hawks. We move up 20 to 18. He sees something and he wants to go for it at 18th overall. And we'll see who drops, possibly, or we'll see if he gets a little gutsy, moves up to 15. I know a lot of Hawks Twitter, right? We were talking about a potential trade up even from 18. So trading from 20 to 18 and maybe 15 with the Red Wings, 14 Sharks. I don't see that happening. But if we could get, 17, 16, 15, if KD really has his eye on one or two players, maybe we do move up. If anyone has any questions on, that top 50, any more thoughts on the first round, what you guys think are, what might happen on that night one. June 28th is night one, round one of the NHL draft in Vegas, in the Sphere. So gonna be a lot of fun to take a look at that, definitely. Yeah, so went over number 18, 34, 50. Took a look at some of those potential players, potential prospects, right, for the Hawks in those areas and in those ranges. But I will catch up next time, possibly this weekend, right, to take a look at more mock drafts, different thoughts and analysis on these prospects in our range around 18, 34, and 50, because those are really crucial picks for us. So we will end it there. See you next time this weekend, and we'll take a look at some of those prospects here. So we'll see you then. Let's go Hawks.